Today, I'm back with another mega physical media ranking video for you all. Today, I'm going to be ranking my top 5 DCEU movies in my collection. I showed off my collection, now I'm going to rank my top 5. So once again, this is only including the core DCEU movies. So no classic or legacy DC movies here. This is just the newer ones. So let's get right into it. Let's start with number 5 here. We're going to have, out of this collection, I'm going to have to put Zack Snyder's Justice League. So really good quality movie, a great improvement over the theatrical Justice League. We know that was a whole bunch of mess. But this one definitely gave us a clear vision just from one director, being Zack Snyder. Overall, a very impressive movie, what they're able to do with so many DC characters. Justice League, a lot of superheroes are in that. And actually, Zack Snyder did a pretty decent job showing off their different abilities, adding some character background and story to them. Cyborg, Flash get big upgrades in this version of Justice League, so it was great to see scenes with them. Definitely had a lot more importance factor. And then all the characters overall were really cool in here, and it just flowed a lot better, especially with all the editing. Just was basically cleaned up to be a really good quality movie. Now, I don't think the movie's perfect, so it's not higher on my list, but it still made number 5. I do think it gets a little too ambitious and overly long. I mean, 4 hours, that's really long for any superhero movie. Now, if it was about 3 hours or so, give or take, 15 minutes here or there, I think they could have even tightened up this movie story a little bit more. I think that would have been a lot better, because there's some things kind of thrown in there towards the end to set up future stuff that we really didn't need, especially because we're probably not going to get any more Zack Snyder movies. So let's just focus on the core story. I thought that would have been an improvement. But once again, really good characters, really good talent involved here. I like the story overall. So yeah, I do enjoy Zack Snyder's Justice League. It is definitely really fun, very entertaining. Just make sure, you get your snacks ready and you buckle in for this long ride of a movie. But yeah, great movie, number 5. All right, next we're going to go with our number 4 here. Number 4, we're going to have to put Shazam. Yeah, Shazam was such a pleasantly surprising movie. Really great movie. Zachary Levi as the Shazam character works perfectly. You get to see, his personality as if he were a kid that just became a superhero, got all these superpowers. What would a kid do in that situation? And I think the movie pulls that off perfectly with the direction it goes in. Also, you get a lot of family elements in there, and I think that stuff is great. It works great around the holidays too, around winter time, those holidays. This movie works perfectly with the family themes. So really enjoyable movie. Shazam, really cool power set. I like how it's shown off in this movie. The villain is solid in here. Is it the best villain of all time? No, probably not. But I do like how the villain has all the 7 deadly sins, and they get some really cool scenes in the movie, and they're pretty terrifying. So it all works together. It's a good story, and it's a good time. It just gets better and better as it goes. Plus, you get all the other Shazam family involved, and you see all their power sets, and it just becomes a big blast of a movie. Very entertaining. So I really like this one, and this was one I wasn't necessarily expecting a lot from when I saw it, but I saw it and I'm like, wow, they definitely lived up to the comics, and they just made it a really easily digestible movie for everybody. The whole family can check this one out, have a good time with it. Very entertaining. Good effects all around, good action scenes, so I like this one quite a bit. And it has some good humor in there, so there's some good laugh out loud moments with this one I really enjoy. Got that Shazam humor. So, yep, Shazam's going to be number 4 for my personal taste. Now we're getting into top 3. Top 3, so what's going to be third place here? We're going to have to go with Aquaman. Now, I know I probably like Aquaman more than most people out there, but I just think This was a great epic story just to see Jason Momoa as Aquaman. Just thought he was so cool in the role. I mean, it's like, wow, this is making Aquaman really awesome, because Aquaman got a lot of grief for the longest time. People would always make fun of Aquaman for some reason. I don't know why, but Jason Momoa just kind of upgraded Aquaman and just made him so awesome here in this movie. So really entertaining story, and then you have like the rivalry with the brother, King Orin, I think his name was, to see that conflict play out, and then all the Atlantean kings and kingdoms and all those different areas of Atlantis. Thought it was cool checking those out, especially the trench. The trench scene is like something out of a horror movie. It's really terrifying. But it makes a good change of pace for the movie. So James Wan does a really good job directing this one. I think it's a very fun, adventure, action-packed story here. Really, really cool. And yeah, it's a good movie, and it looks great. It looks spectacular, especially all the underwater Atlantean scenes. I mean, some of them are just so breathtaking just to see, once again, all the different kind of creatures underwater. It's just really, really well done. And then you got Black Manta as a villain in there. Black Manta is super cool. Is one of my favorite villains of all time. Definitely my favorite Aquaman villain. So I thought they did him really well in the movie. They set it up, they explained, why they hate each other and all of that. So I thought that worked out great. So yeah, I just thought this movie was a really good, solid Aquaman movie. I don't know how they could have done an Aquaman movie better than this. So really enjoyed this one. Fantastic movie. Easy watch as well. So really entertaining. Has some humor in there as well with Aquaman. So yeah, a lot of fun moments in there. And I just think it's top quality filmmaking from a superhero perspective, or at least what you can do with Aquaman. Don't think anybody could do better than James Wan with this one. So great job. So that was number 3. All right, next we're at our top 2 here. So we're going to get into second place. At second place, I know people are going to disagree with me on this one, but I'm going to go Man of Steel. I thought about this and I'm like, oh, should Man of Steel be lower on this list? And I'm like, no. Man of Steel should not be lower on this list. Man of Steel is one of the greatest superhero origin stories of all time. I'm not sure why people didn't like it. I thought it set up the superhero story just great with Superman. The Kryptonian stuff at the beginning was really cool. I mean, how they showed off Krypton, explained the backstory with Zod. I thought that was all done really, really well. And I'm just like jaw dropped when I'm seeing all that Kryptonian scenery. It just looks so cool. So I thought the setup was perfect here. And then you got to see that Zod rivalry, and you get to see Zod's perspective, what he wants to do for his own people. He wants to, help the Kryptonians out, right? Bring the Kryptonians back, bring their world, right? Get a world for them. And so you can totally see his perspective, right? Just like you can see a Thanos perspective from Marvel. You see, okay, this is his logic, this is his reasoning. You may not agree how he's trying to go about it in here, but you see the perspective of, okay, I get where you're coming from, Zod. And so you get where Zod's coming from, but then also does a good job explaining where Superman comes from, right? With Clark Kent growing up in Kansas and all that, his perspective, right? Wanting to protect the humans. And so you see, those clashing dynamics, right? The nature versus nurture argument there and all that. So there's a lot of themes and messages in this movie. There's some layers in here, and I think people don't see that when they see this movie. There's a lot of depths and layers that if you focus on, you can really see, okay, this movie is trying to say certain things. And I think it does a wonderful job, especially with having, the Superman part of it, right? How would this person actually be on Earth? What would that be all like? And just to see Superman get his powers, to take flight. I mean, those are some really big, cool moments. And then when he throws down with Zod, I think that's great. I know some people complain about all the destruction over Metropolis and all that. To me, I never had an issue with that because he's been Superman for a day. Come on, give him a break. He's trying his best here. He's just trying to take out Zod so he doesn't cause more destruction, right? He's not worrying about the buildings at that moment. And he's still learning. He's still practicing being Superman. So, yeah, I know people give this movie grief for too much destruction towards the end. But I mean, come on, they're super beings clashing. You don't think there's going to be some destruction and casualties with that? You know, I mean, come on. It's going to happen with that. But overall, once again, I just think they do a good job showing, you know, hero side, villain side, origin story, all the Kryptonian, you know, sci-fi elements to it. I think this is a good Superman origin story. I don't know how they could have done better with this one. I just really liked it. And Henry Cavill is great as Superman. I want him back as Superman. Let's get a Man of Steel 2. Come on, let's go. Let's see Henry Cavill back again. But yeah, I really like Man of Steel. Think it's one of the most underrated superhero movies of all time. Is it the best superhero movie out there? No. But is it a great one? I would say so. So I really like Man of Steel. All right, next. We're at number 1 now. We're at first place. What did I choose for first place in this current, you know, DC timeline? Well, this one is my personal favorite here. One of my favorite movies of all time. Not just talking about comic book movie here. But I had to go with The Joker, right? Joker, such a good movie. Joaquin Phoenix does a great job showing off this character. It's just like you want to look away kind of, but then it's like you're so captivated by the performance. But it's just a downward spiral of this character. You can see just going into all these tragic things and then what he's becoming the Joker. But it explains it so well, you know, how that could happen. And I just think it just is a great way to tell the story, right? It connects it with a lot of present day issues, you know, different societal issues, and, you know, how could a Joker actually exist in the real world? So it gives a lot of realism to it. And then the score is perfect. It's so haunting and terrifying. Just how they use lighting in the movie. Robert De Niro's character plays a key part there. And you get to see that dynamic back and forth. And once again, I mean, really, this is Joaquin Phoenix's movie here, though, with that Joker performance. It's just, I mean, just everything, just his mannerisms, just how he moves, right? Just even, like, the dancing sequences, right? When he, like, does something obviously not good, but then he feels like ooh, I have the power now. And, you know, he's all dancing on the stairs and stuff. I mean, really powerful, intense moments, also terrifying at the same time because of just what happened. But, I mean, this movie balances everything out really well. So for, like, a dark drama kind of movie with some political, social commentary in it, I think this movie did a wonderful job. This movie just did it so well, in my opinion. And this one I can just keep rewatching. It's very captivating. I saw it a couple times in theaters and just knew I had to get it on physical media right away. 4K is great on it. I love the Steelbook. The Steelbook is fantastic. So, I mean, just, you know, no doubt in my mind, I had to put Joker because, once again, Joker is not only my favorite DCEU movie, but it's also one of my favorite movies of all time. I think it's on my top 20. Just such a powerful, emotional movie. This one is, to me anyway, for my personal taste. But yeah, wow. Joker, don't know how they pulled it off because, you know, we got such a great Joker performance in The Dark Knight, like how we're going to do another Joker story. But this is completely different kind of storytelling. And once again, another amazing performance, right? Getting Joaquin Phoenix an Oscar for it. And oh my goodness, it's just something about the character, right? The Joker now has gotten a couple Oscars, just the character itself, which, I mean, it's something about the character. We're captivated as an audience by the character. Just something about this character intrigues the mind for some reason. But yeah, Joker, had to put this one number 1. Absolute favorite out of the bunch here. So that is my top 5 DCEU movies. Now, this was just my own personal ranking, so I know everybody's taste out there are different. You're going to have your own personal list. So go ahead and leave your ranking down below so we can share those rankings out and just compare differences there and have those fun movie discussions. And if you're just discovering the channel for the very first time and you love collecting physical media and being part of this amazing mega fan community, make sure you subscribe right now to stay entertained and up to date on all the latest physical media topics.
This guy's probably fought hundreds of thousands of other super beings on the other planets he's destroyed, right? And we have to assume he's won.
I don't care how many demons he's fought and how many hells. never fought us. Got us united.
And if you like this physical media topic video, click another video to see more. Also, like the video, and this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.